button, hit
Everyone, Arlynn here with Stacy, and I'm actually morphing in here. You guys don't realize that I'm morphing in here, but Stacy and I yesterday evening recorded our Q&A, and we used the questions that you guys asked us. Please excuse my neighbor who has decided to mow. I'm so sorry. But we're going with this because we want to get this in the can here. And we talked for an hour and 15 minutes, I said, or more. It was the last time I looked at the time that we had taken. It was an hour and 15 minutes. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put this little snippet of video at the very beginning of the first Q&A, and I'm actually going to split it into 3 because we're going to answer a few more things that we thought of through the evening, yesterday evening, and today that we really would like to talk to you guys about and tell you about some funny stories and memories and whatever. So just know that this is an odd beginning, and you will not hear my final words at the end of the first video that I'm going to share right now. I'm going to morph into that footage. We're going to be sitting in another portion. We're going to be dressed differently. We're going to look differently, but we are going to start with that portion of the Q&A. Okay, so hang in here with us. I'm working on editing, right, all of these videos, and we hope you enjoy them, but we wanted to tell you some more. So I said, Stacey, I wasn't even wanting to put an hour video up, much less an hour and 15-minute video up. So we are going to split it into 3 videos. It's going to be Q&A part 1, part 2, and now we're going to record part 3 when I say goodbye here and morph into the first video. So here we go, off to our Q&A. Again, this is Stacy, which I explained who she is and everything else at the beginning of this video. All right, catch you in a little bit. I'll catch you dressed like this again in video number 3. Hi everybody, Arlynn here with my cousin Stacy.
Hello.
How in the world are you guys doing today? And thank you so much for stopping back by to see what we're up to. And what we're up to this evening, we have been working hard all day. We did our pool noodle garland earlier, and now we have some questions that you guys have asked us, and we're going to go through these questions and try to answer them the best that we can. I'm going to be honest, I barely skimmed through them, and Stacy has not seen them. So these are going to be kind of
I don't have any idea.
Nope, they're going to be kind of off the cuff answers. A little background for you. I might try to put a picture somewhere here of the 4 of us, your dad and you and me and my dad.
Okay.
Our dads are brothers, and I do have a question here about them, but Stacy and I are both only children. There were 4 brothers in our dad's family. The first 2 brothers had 3 children each, and then my dad, and they were and the oldest brother and the second oldest brother had 3 children each. Then my dad was the 3rd oldest, and then Stacy's dad was the 4th son, and my dad and Stacy's dad only had us, you know, only children. So we both are only children, and Stacy and I are very, very close. And to the point where we feel like we're more sisters than we are cousins.
Yes.
We grew up in the same town. I am 10 years older than Stacy, so some of your questions we may not be able to answer like you might think we did, because I was 10 years older, we didn't do a ton of stuff like go shopping together until we were adults,
right?
You know, and that kind of thing. But we did a lot of vacationing together and that kind of thing. So anyway, I'm just going to jump on into these, but anyway, Stacy is just one of my cousins. We have, how many more cousins? How many are there of us? 8
1,
of
2,
us.
3, 4, 5, 6, 7,
8 of us.
8, yes.
Yeah.
And Andrea is
absolutely passed away of cancer back in 90.
Oh, gracious.
I don't remember the year. It was in the 90s of not a great, it was terrible. It was just awful. She was very ill. It was very awful. Died of cancer. And just so young, too young. She was only 42. She was only 42, so young. So, but she is no longer with us. So we have, you all have seen me talk about Donita a lot. Hi, Donita, if you're watching, honey. And hi, Vicki, and hi, Joyce. Hi, everybody. And Todd and Donnie and Connie, I don't know who else will watch. But hi to all the family if you're watching. They might watch because we're together doing this. They might.
Maybe so.
But anyway, but we have a very close family, as I've explained, and we all sing. We all have a talent. Stacy and I have a lot of things that we love that are the same, like crafting and decorating and that kind of thing. We have a lot of like habits and like I don't know.
Ways of communicating.
Oh, absolutely. Ways of communicating. And I think that has a lot to do because we were raised in the same town, and
Maybe
our dads we were raised very in a Christian home, both of us.
Conservative.
Very conservative, very strict.
Rules.
Very strict rules and regulations from both of our parents.
I don't think oppressive, though.
Oh, no.
I
No,
wouldn't
no.
characterize it as oppressive, but definitely there were expectations that were, well, expected to
Yeah.
be
Definitely
upheld.
definitely you know, and but that has made us, with every, you know, I always said this to Kristen and say it to Candace still, with every experience comes experience. If we didn't go through what we went through, not that we went through anything horrible, it was all wonderful. We had a great childhood, great
Absolutely.
family. We are our family is one of the closest families that you will ever meet, all of us. And you know, you can put two from two different families together and we would love on. I mean, it is just an amazing, we have an amazing family, amazingly close Christian family. And we all live in 4 different states.
Everywhere.
Virginia, West Virginia, Maryland.
We got some in Tennessee.
Some in Tennessee now, yeah. So Tennessee, Virginia, West Virginia, Pennsylvania,
Maryland.
and Maryland. 5 different states. And we are all pretty far away from one another. Stacy and I are probably, well, some of the other cousins live close together.
Yeah.
Up in Maryland.
Western Maryland, yeah.
Yeah, up in Western Maryland. So, but anyway, all right. I'm just going to go on into these. That just gives you a little background of our history a little bit. And we are so happy to be together again. I just have to say that. And I know I told you the story about how Stacy has been my rock throughout this whole tragic situation with us losing our daughter. Stacy was my 3rd phone call on the day that we found Kristen. And Stacy, I'm sorry that I put that burden on your shoulders.
Stop.
But I knew you could handle it. Once you got past the shock and the horror of hearing about Kristen passing, I knew she would do. I didn't even have a question, you guys. I didn't even have a question. I didn't even think that. I couldn't think that day. I couldn't think. And it was just by rote.
Yeah.
Literally by rote. I called Candace, I called my dad, and then I called Stacy. And then Stacy was my buffer. Stacy was my protector, my little pit bull, my protector for everybody, you know, and everybody should have a Stacy. I'm telling you right now, everybody should have a Stacy and have
Not
somebody
so sure about that,
but you love me unconditionally.
I do. Well,
you
I
know?
do. I do. And you kind of just go into that mode after I had my breakdown. You compartmentalize.
So
You compartmentalize, and you do what needs to be done, and that's
what she did.
That's how we roll. That's
Yeah.
how we roll.
And the only person, like I told him the other day, the only person that called me, that was allowed to call me, was Todd, was our cousin who's a pastor, to pray with us.
Yeah.
And of course, you know, I welcomed that. But anyway, so that kind of gives you, I adore Stacy. I love her like nobody else. I am so close to her. She's my heart. I adore you.
You're making me very uncomfortable.
Oh my gosh, I'm sorry. Okay, we're going to move on. All right, now I have 4, let me see, 1, 2, 3, 4 questions. I don't have my glasses, sorry. I'm going to be squinting.
No.
4 questions that are pretty much the same. I'll read through them
gist.
and then
All right, so you're going to read all of those first.
Yeah, right here.
Okay,
these
I got
4.
you. I got you.
Okay, and I'll get, because I want to say their names. So,
okay.
Okay, here we go. First question, but from 4 different people in 4 different ways. First one is from Denise White. Arlynn, to me, Stacy has always been the sister you never had. Everything she does for and with you shows how much she cares for and loves you. Actually, this is not a question. This is a comment that I wanted to start out with. I'm sorry, I fibbed. Well, I didn't fib on purpose, but, you know, she cares for you and cares for and loves you. We thank her for all she does for you. I can't wait to see what both of you have planned.
Denise, that's very
so
sweet.
That's
Thank you.
Sweet. Thank you, Denise. Okay, now here, these questions, first 4 here, I think.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay. Hey, Arlynn, and this is from Acorn and Oak Craft. His name is Gareth.
Hi, Gareth.
He lives in Europe.
Thank you for your question.
Yeah. He says, hey, Arlynn, my question for you and your lovely custard.
Oh, very cute.
Couster, couster, cousin and sister combined.
Adorable.
What is your favorite and or first memory of you two growing up.
You should put in that picture of us up on
Luke Hill.
Yeah,
up on Luke Hill. Okay, well, let me tell you real quick.
Well, I don't remember that, but...
Well, no, she was just 2. Well, I remember it, though. I remember it. So one of my first memories, I'll say, of Stacy, and Stacy looked like a little baby doll when she was a little girl. She was the cutest little thing. And here's a picture of me in my awkward stage.
But look at
my dress.
I'm sorry.
I'm sorry.
That was
dress.
because it was the 70s. That wasn't your fault. That was not your fault.
Oh, my Lord. And her mom, that's her mama there. And check out her pretty hair.
Barbara Jean.
Barbara, yeah, she's
Killing
so pretty.
it. Killing
and then
it.
look at Stacy in her little bar.
I know.
Oh,
and
my goodness.
So when you see this picture, just imagine trying to put those gloves on a toddler.
On a toddler.
I have no earthly idea how my mother
I
managed to do that.
because I used to be with your mom when she would, and I
scout.
guarantee you, she put Stacy on her lap and said, "You're going to get these gloves on, don't move." And I'm sure, I swear Barb had about 4 hands when she needed to. She was awesome. I'm telling you.
So
I love
funny.
Barb. I love
So
her
funny.
mama and daddy. Her mom and dad, to me, are just the best of the best. And she feels the same way about my dad and my mom, you know. So that was my first, I don't know, do you have a first memory of me?
Well, I don't know.
There's so many, you guys. I mean, we spent so much time.
I guess if I think about it, I don't, and I'm very, very lucky, blessed, whatever you want to call it, that I don't ever remember life without my extended family in it.
Well, we're going to go through the ages here later.
That's correct. I am the baby, so
she's
that
the baby.
does make
and
sense.
And all the cousins, she's the baby, I'm the middle.
That makes sense.
Yeah.
That being the youngest, but every family event, we were always all together, so I don't really remember too much without that family in it. But one of the things I remember, and again, Arlynn is 10 years older than me, so when you're kind of old enough to really have a concept of other things outside yourself, she was, preteen, teen with her own life. But I can't believe Aunt Sandy was so, I guess all of my aunts, Aunt Sandy, I guess all of the aunts were very permissive with me and accommodating and just let me do and have and go where and whatever I wanted. And Arlynn would be gone and they would let me, we'd go over, Mom and Dad and I would go over and visit. They would let me in Arlynn's room. I would get in her closet. I would put her shoes on. I'd get in her vanity and look at her makeup and brush my hair. Ridiculous. So one of my earlier memories with Arlynn, she wasn't even there. So, but
I came back eventually. But yeah, that's true. That's true. I was swimming at we had a
definitely
pool.
Swimming.
My dad always tease this. I don't know that I've said this on my channel. Well, when I was growing up, we had a little Rambler 3-bedroom house with a little basement that my dad and my granddaddy made into like a rec room and a big pool table down there. We had a big 20 by 40 pool, 20 feet by 40 foot pool in the backyard, 8 feet and 3 feet. It was huge. And a half of a basketball court. Can you tell that our dads were athletes?
Yeah, yes. Really.
And that's what we spent a lot of time in that pool. A lot
of time.
Also, it backed up to the firemen's carnival field. And the firemen always hosted a carnival every year.
Over 4th of July.
Over the 4th of July weekend. So we would always go to the carnival. And I'll tell you one of my memories, of Kristen's memory. I'll tell you that in a minute. I'm going to read through the other 3 questions here. But we went through the carnival over there. And on the 4th of July, they always put off the best fireworks show in our backyard.
And we'd float in the pool.
We lived
and
a charmed life, you guys.
And watch the fireworks.
Yep.
And Barbara Jean would put a towel on my head.
Stacy's head because she didn't want bats and the ashes from the fireworks.
Lord help us. Anyway,
tiny little Stacy sat around with a big
with
old
the
turban
towel
on her head.
Anyway,
let me read through the rest of these. The next 3 are from Crescent Cottage. Okay, I don't know what that means. You're from Oklahoma, maybe.
Oh,
I have a fun
Oklahoma.
question for Yes, Stacy was born in Oklahoma, as a matter of fact. Yeah. I have a fun question for the two of you. What is your favorite
Oh,
childhood
funny,
memory together?
okay.
So you get, or funny memories you have had together as kids. I'm going to tell you, again, because I was 10 years older, we don't have a lot of
different
funny memories. We have
frame,
different,
yeah.
yes. But I have to tell you a story of my daughter, Kristen, the one that passed away. One of her favorite memories of Stacy was at that carnival that we just spoke about. Stacy took my kids over, both Kristen and Candace, over to the carnival, and she took them on the zipper. Have y'all ever heard about the zipper?
I don't even know. I don't even know what it was.
Kristen said Stacy was holding on to her,
scared to death,
for dear life, and
I just remember having pushing the. Like this, because I thought if I come home with only one of Arlynn's children, she is not going to be really happy about that. So I better, but no, and do you know, I don't,
that was one of
I
Kristen's
really
favorite
do
memories.
not ride carnival rides
No,
because I realized pretty quick, these are not.
Except for when you and my dad bungee jumped.
Well, we did that.
Her and my dad bungee jumped one time. I wasn't there.
No, it was
it wasn't a bungee. What was it?
It was a bungee, but it was like a ball cage with 2 seats inside, and then they would pull you down and fling, and then the ball would fling up. Yeah, that was fun.
Yeah, I remember. I have a memory of my dad and my mom and I on a ride at the top of the boardwalk in Ocean City.
Yeah, he saved my life at one of those.
Yeah, well, he had me in the front seat of that. It was the Spider. I think it was called the Spider. And there was a little car, and he had me in the front. I was little. I was just little. And Mom, poor Mom, who was not very big. My mom was about 5'6", but just really tiny. She was a little lady. And she was in the back of the car, and that thing was whipping around the corners, and Mom was going back and forth. Dave, I will never get on this ride again. I will never. My mom never got angry either.
I guess we were just
adrenaline
junkies. I don't know.
That's for sure. We're both of us. You want to ride on the roller coaster? Well, I don't. Yeah, you're riding on the roller coaster.
Yeah.
Let's go. Come on, you get on. We didn't have a choice. Okay, so Joanne Delise 7292. I just love you, Arlynn. Well, thank you so much. You're so sweet. You and Stacy are more than cousins, but sisters.
Yep.
I'm looking forward to seeing the both of you. I have a question. What is your fondest memory growing up together? Have a blessed week. And one more. I love when you and Stacy do videos together. I have 2 questions. What is one of your favorite memories of one another? I have a lot of memories of Stacy, but they're more of when we were adults. And I think one of my favorite, and I don't want to get maudlin or whatever, but I remember how Stacy was with my mom when my mom was ill. And you were so sweet with my mom.
Well,
when
I
she
love
was
her.
Ill. My mom had Alzheimer's. And I just remember we used to go when the only time my dad would leave my mom, when my mom went in the nursing home or before she went to the nursing home, was when he would let me stay with her. I was the only one. So Barb and Stace would come with me and help me take care of Mom, and Mom was difficult at that time to take care of. And bless Mom's heart, she had Alzheimer's, and we were just all of us were no, Mom, this way, come this way, come. Stacy was so sweet with her that I just appreciated how sweet and kind and loving you were. I mean, and my mom just adores and would sit and stare at Stacy, just stare at her. She just
you have to find the humor in it. And I know this isn't an Arlynn story. Well, it kind of is. So when Aunt Sandy was sort of trending toward she was going to need, long-term care for her Alzheimer's.
Yeah.
It was my turn to host Christmas Eve. And so I had a dish of chocolates. I think they were Hershey's Kisses. And she was eating her Hershey's Kisses. And I guess she didn't know what to do with her trash. She didn't know where the trash can was. So she would ball up her little trash, and then she would just go, and she'd throw her trash.
I caught her one time in the kitchen, and she went, boing.
Well,
and I'm like,
that just tickled me. That just tickled me so much, and it cracked up. So every time I would find one, I would text her. I was like, "You're never gonna guess where I found
this piece of this candy wrapper.
Yeah, Kisses wrapper. And the funniest one was on top of the refrigerator in my mudroom. So she was leaving trash in
Everywhere.
all different. Cracked me up.
Bless her heart.
Absolutely cracked me up.
But you know what? We all just loved on her.
Yep.
It didn't matter.
That's
and
right.
Stacy wouldn't have cared if she
No.
would have had a pile of trash in the corner.
Exactly right.
It would that is the furthest thing from Stacy's mind.
Yep.
It was just cute that mom who was very
so meticulous.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah,
you have to
yeah,
understand
yeah,
that my mom was so neat,
Yeah.
so particular, wasn't she?
Yeah.
She was a lady's lady. I
Yes,
mean,
she very was,
a
yes.
ladies' lady,
A lady,
and
for sure.
just had the sweetest nature, and to see her, kind of tossing that little trash, it's just like, oh my goodness, bless her heart, So
Yeah, so that was funny.
That was a cute
funny memory.
So,
but we would go to the beach, families.
yes,
Our
our
families
two
together
families
would
always go to
go.
Ocean City every year. We went to Ocean City every
Yep,
year.
yep.
And I remember we had Kristen with us. I don't think Candace was with us. Poor Dad. He drank himself a peanut butter milkshake. Remember that? Oh, he was so sick all night long. He came out looking green at the gills the next morning. I said, Dad, are you all ready? He said, no, I've been up sick all night. That stupid peanut butter
I was going to
milkshake."
say them and that milk and peanut butter.
peanut butter.
Good.
Peanut
Oh,
butter.
that's a story. Tragic flashbacks to one year. So we would get one vacation a year, and we went to Ocean City, and it rained the entire week. So yay us! But that did not mean that you were not going to the beach, because this is our vacation and we're going to the beach.
Yep.
So you just
Didn't matter
kind of
how cold it was. Didn't matter
you
if it was
just kind of
raining.
sit under the umbrella.
Yep.
But you're at the beach.
Yep.
But what they would do is pack a lunch. So we're going to pack some lunches. Okay. What are we having? Butter and bologna sandwiches. Are you joking? I would rather starve to death.
And they
than
didn't
eat that.
put...
And they were like, oh, this is
so good as they're putting the butter on the. Oh my
Blech.
word!
I will
I'll
just
never forget
stay.
that morning. Well, we'd also take day trips. One of our day trips that we would do.
Did we go to Assateague one time? I feel like we went to Assateague.
Well, I don't know. Maybe we did. I don't know. Did we?
Maybe.
I don't remember that.
Horses, to see the horses?
Maybe. I wouldn't doubt it. I have pictures of my mom and my dad and I up at Cunningham Falls up in Maryland, and Mom is climbing Cunningham Falls in her skirt, and I was in a skirt. And Dad's just, Mr. Adonis, like climbing up the stuff.
Well, yeah, because he's not wearing a skirt.
Why in the world is Mom wearing a skirt going up Cunningham Falls? And why am I in a skirt, Mom? Why did you put me in a skirt
To go to the falls?
And I was out there by myself climbing up. Parents would never do that today.
No, that's because kids are dumb.
That's
today.
Yeah, I know. It's
Well,
true.
we knew if we fell, I'm sorry about your luck. I'm sorry you were dumb.
Get up. Are you hurt?
I'm sorry you were
you're not
dumb
gonna-
and fell.
Yeah, come on, get up. You're fine. You're fine. This is why we're so strong, though, today. It made us strong, Yeah. Okay, moving on. What is your favorite recipe of one another?
Oh.
Enjoy your special time. Oh, this is also from Mary Shearer. What is your favorite recipe of one another? Enjoy your special time together. Sending love and hugs to you both, Mary.
Aw, back to
Thank
you.
you so much, Sherry.
Back to you.
Yeah, absolutely.
Mary.
Mary. Yeah, Mary.
Yeah, you said
Mary.
Sherry.
Oh, did I say Sherry?
That's
Not
okay.
Mary.
She
So
knows.
excuse me.
She knows who she is.
I know what I'm reading. It's an M, not an S. Sorry. Well, I know my favorite, one of mine is your little Smokies.
Oh, heavens.
I like your little Smokies, and I like your pasta fajoule.
Oh, yeah, that's
Love your pasta fajoule. So those are
deviled
two of my
eggs,
favorites.
deviled eggs.
My deviled eggs.
Deviled eggs. Your strawberry shortcakes.
Yeah. Cheesecake.
Oh, that's right. Cheesecake.
And we
Not
both
with
like-
the blueberries.
Not with blueberries, with cherries.
Yes.
Dad likes blueberries. My dad like
Yeah.
blueberries. We like cherries.
Yeah.
Also, one of our favorite, we're just kind of going through our Christmas menu. Actually,
right.
one of our very favorites is crab souffle, and we both make it.
I don't think that's either one of ours. Whose was that?
It
Aunt
was-
Sandy.
Well, it was Miss Brillhart. That's who it was.
No.
Yeah. And so I have her handwriting up in my recipe box. Yeah, Miss Brillhart.
Okay.
That's who
okay.
gave it to Mom.
Okay.
And then Mom started making it.
Yeah,
and,
classic.
yeah. And then we've had it every year for,
I think we're really good cooks, though.
We are really good cooks.
I don't
Both
think
of us.
there's. I don't
Both
think
of us.
there's anything that either one of us make that.
That is bad. I mean, look at us. I mean, how did we
What did I say today? You don't get a body like this without putting in the work.
Right? Right.
Yeah.
Oh, it is a battle for both of us too. I mean, I guess that's one thing we
for
could talk
crying
about.
out loud.
I mean,
It's called lack of self-control is my issue.
But I have gotten a lot heavier in my life than you ever have.
Wow.
And I've lost 96 pounds, and I would say we're pretty comparable now in the way we look right now. And it's, but it's always a struggle, and it's always a fight. I mean, she's in her 50s, I'm in my 60s, and it's always a fight, and it's something. But we love to eat, you guys. I mean, we love to eat, and we love what we cook, you know, and anything peanut butter too.
Maybe. I wish
anything.
we were
peanut
bad
butter
cooks.
fudge.
Maybe we wouldn't be. Have such problems.
I know, which we're bad cooks. That's true. Leanne, I would say your mom is one of her favorites of mine is my Reese cup peanut butter fudge.
Oh yeah.
That's
I like
favorite
the plain peanut butter fudge.
And that's what my dad and your dad both love, the peanut butter fudge. So my peanut butter fudge. My peanut butter fudge, I would say, is most popular on both sides of the family.
That's a good one.
Yeah,
that's a real good one.
I like your orange fluff too.
Oh yeah.
Love your orange fluff.
Yeah,
that is light
really
and
good.
really good for summer. That's a good summer dessert. So
Can I make that
there's
for
a
you?
video. There's a video of that on my orange fluff. Yeah. Okay. Next off. Oh, we talk about food all night, could we?
Easy.
Oh my goodness. Okay, this one is from Carolyn 720. Hello, Arlynn. I have a question for Stacy and you. Would you both go on a girls' trip together? And if so, where would you both like to go and do? I hope you and Chris have a wonderful week and many, many blessings in the days to come. But thank you so much, Carolyn. I think we would definitely go. We did, well, Stacy and I have not gone, just the two of us.
Right.
Although I think we would love it.
Yeah.
But all of those girl cousins and her mom went. Aunt Midge wasn't there.
No.
It was just Barb.
Yeah.
All went to Massanutten.
Cousins retreat.
Just a cousins retreat. We were there for 2 nights, didn't sleep a lick, any of us. And we just talked and laughed, and we did go-kart races, and we're all very competitive.
Yes.
We're all of us are, all the girls anyway. I would say I don't know if the boys are 8 personalities, but all the girl cousins we are all like
pretty driven,
loud
pretty tough,
and obnoxious.
Wow.
No, not obnoxious.
I mean, you have to if you want to be heard or participate in conversation or whatever. You just have to talk loud and make. And the thing with us is, I don't know, maybe from an outsider's perspective, if they would watch us, it could be construed as rude. You're talking over one another.
Yeah, but see,
that's
we don't look
not
at it that
what's
way.
happening, and none of us take it that way.
Absolutely not.
I don't want to say that we're all ADD, but it's so easy to jump from 1,000 different conversation points, and everybody keeps up, and everybody knows.
Everybody does.
And we circle back, and we do all the things.
We all know. Earlier today, Stacy and I were in Hobby Lobby.
I don't think we had a single complete sentence between the two.
I don't know. It just hit me. We were talking about. I don't know. You were buying some globes for a project that she's hurricane lamps or globes. And we were standing there. We were talking through her craft or what she wanted to do and how tall the candles were and this and that. And I just looked at her and we got finished and we knew exactly what we had said, but we did not finish one sentence the whole time. Okay. Yeah, okay. Okay. Yeah, all right. Yeah, yep, okay. And then I looked at Stacey and I went, we did not. If anybody had overheard our conversation, they were like, what are they talking about?
No.
Only we knew. But our whole family is kind of like that. And you do have to raise I come home from family trips like that or family get-togethers. Horse. I can't talk for 2 days.
Well, and we laugh.
Oh my gosh,
we laugh so much.
We're so happy and in love. We
with
really
one another,
are.
for sure. Yeah,
absolutely.
I agree with that.
And everybody's different, and everybody comes from all kinds of. We're all Christians, but we come from different walks of life. Our husbands have different jobs. All the lady cousins, different jobs. They will say 3 of us though married engineers. What does that say?
I don't know.
Her hubby is an engineer, Chris is an engineer, and Vicky's husband. They're all engineers.
What's
that say?
Different engineers.
Yeah,
different
electrical, mechanical,
mm-hmm.
and civil.
Yeah.
Chris
but I would say that I don't think it's so interesting to me because I do think that all the cousins have different personalities.
Totally.
Even as alike as we are, our personalities are completely
we're different. Yeah.
But how we get along and communicate is so on the same wavelength.
Yeah.
It's interesting.
It's very
really
interesting. Because Stacey is very precise in her thinking. You are very precise. You are.
I'm very logical and linear.
Yes. But well, I'm not so much. I'm more of a deep thinker. Not that you're not a deep thinker. I think you are. But I'm more of a kind of off the top of my head. Like I said when we were doing this garland in there earlier, I told Stacey, I said I had a vision of how I wanted it to look from the beginning, and she said I didn't.
I don't ever have a vision. I throw it up there and then see what it's gonna.
Whereas I knew
I let it show me what it wants to be, I guess, as I go.
But at the end, we hardly spoke when we were doing that. I wonder if you guys have seen that video yet. I probably will put that one up first.
I cannot wait to watch that video.
I can't either, and see how we...
Because in my mind, I remember when we're putting it together, us going like this, back and forth, and you putting, and me putting, and you putting, and me putting, and I don't think we spoke.
And it came out, I mean, if you haven't seen a picture of it, or if that video is not up yet, here it is.
Because my concern... And I even said, I don't know if I should put stuff in. I think you should do it all together, because I was afraid that my side would not look like your side.
But it looked the same, you guys. Crazy. It was crazy.
Yeah.
It was crazy. The way, I mean, and we can't explain that.
No.
We can't explain that.
It's like that
how did
twin telepathy.
You know, and as we were, and we will wear the same outfits sometimes.
Same ringtones.
Same ringtones on our phones when we live 100 miles apart, you know, and I don't text her and say, what ringtone are you using?
Right.
It's the same one I'm using, and then until we don't know that, until we're together, funny. Like, oh, that's my ringtone. Where's my phone? No, that's mine. And I'm like, what? Oh, my Lord. Anyway, so there we go. But yes, I think we would. And we've also talked about taking a cruise.
Oh, for sure.
You know, the four of us, Chris and Stacey's husband and she and I, to take a cruise to the Caribbean, or just doing a really nice cruise. I think that we're thinking about that in the future. And, you know, Stacey and I would love to do a girls trip. That would be fun.
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
And where would we go? We would be happy anywhere.
Anywhere. My backyard.
It would not matter. Yep. Or my backyard.
Yep.
It wouldn't matter where. It wouldn't be about the destination. It would be about us being together.
Company.
Mm-hmm. And with that question answered, that brings part 1 of 3 of our Q&A videos to a close. I am having such a good time editing these videos, y'all. I'm telling you, if you could hear in my voice, I am hoarse and having trouble speaking because Stacey and I talked while she was here. We had such a good time. But anyway, that's going to be it for this one, you guys. Stay tuned for part 2 and then part 3. And I do have a couple of more cooking videos to come too. So hang in here with us as I work my way through the Arlynn's Cousins Craft Corner series. All right, you guys. Love y'all to bits, to bits, to bits. Catch you soon. Bye-bye.